A long time ago, Ford decided to put a twin-turboed V6 in their pickup trucks. And I think a lot of people thought they were crazy to do that, including me. However, to the left of this Ford is a Toyota Tundra that now has a twin-turboed V6. For the longest time, Toyota ran with a 5.7 liter V8. As you guys know, Ford has always had that 5.4 liter Triton engine, which was, in my opinion, one of the best pickup truck engines of all time. And they kept the V8, which was the 5 liter, around in the arsenal. I think it's still here because obviously the V6 wasn't proven, and people still like their V8s for the most part. But not Toyota. Toyota decided to rip that band-aid off in 2022, killed the 5.7, and brought us 3 twin-turboed V6s. And you heard me correctly, there's 3. There's one specifically for the SR, which is the work truck model, and then SR5 up to Capstone, you can get the twin-turboed V6, which is in this one, and then you have a hybrid system as well. But today, we are going to see which of these twin-turbo V6s can get the best fuel economy. Now, I've already done the test with the Toyota Tundra. I will put it at the end of this one. However, I'm going to show you why the Ford is a better buy. And it's going to be pretty easy in this video, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and drive the F150 because I want to go ahead and get on the road here before the traffic picks up. But I just reset it. I did start here at Jerry Seiner because that's where I did the other 2. So I want to make it the same for the trips. But if you like soft seats, whoa, this truck has it for you. This truck has it. They actually have an F350 there. I haven't seen an F350 dually in so long. It's scary. But man, like the steering wheel feels nice and cushy. And this actually has a power steering column too, actually. So the only one on this test that didn't have it was Toyota. And they're about all the same in terms of the trim levels. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but this is a Lariat. The Chevy was the LTZ and the Toyota Tundra the Limited. Limited used to be the highest trim level for Toyota, and then they came out with the Platinum, and then the Platinum got replaced with the 1794, and now the 1794 is not the highest, now it's the Capstone. Same thing goes with Ford though. They have the highest trim level being the Limited now, and the Lariat used to be the highest trim level at one point. Alright, so we're going to get on the highway here. This is a digital cluster too, like the Chevys. I think I do like the digital clusters now. A lot more cleaner, clearer to see everything. And man, they show you every gear you're in. Man, Ford is, you know, got a special place in my heart right now. And these tires, let's go ahead and check out what tires are on this pickup, because I think I like the ones on here. This specific Ford F-150 does have Hankook tires, which are actually a tire I like. They have a nice aggressiveness to them, but they're very subtle too. I've replaced Michelin tires with Hankooks. What else? Goodyears. I've actually enjoyed the sets that I've had in the past. And they're pretty comfortable tires, so we will see how they do perform on the road today. Now, this is a 20-inch wheel, and this tire size is going to be a 275/60/20. And as far as the capacities go, they're right here. So they're all about the same. And I did the test for the Tundra and the Chevy Silverado. They're about 2,600 pounds. This one may just have the most, 2,679 pounds at 51 PSIs. And really nice wheel design. The Ford and the Chevy perform about the same in terms of their overall handling. This truck has a little bit of body roll, just like the Chevy did, and I wonder if that's because of the leaf springs. You have a little bit stiffer suspension typically out back with leaves versus Toyotas, which had the best overall feel. They have the wishbone up front on the Toyota. Out back they have the air suspension. So the truck did handle and have a little bit more comfort overall. But these seats are definitely a lot softer compared to the competition. I think GM's had the hardest ones. Toyota's was definitely like in the middle. There's a little bit more traffic today, so blind spot is definitely important because these mirrors have blind spot monitoring, And the design of them are kind of funky looking, but overall you can see around the truck pretty good. They sit kind of low for me though, I'm not gonna lie to you. They do sit a little low. I feel like I have to look down to like see where I'm at. But visibility is actually not terrible. Love the display here. I believe this is a 13-inch display. And yeah, the cluster, I'm telling you guys, this is the future. You get a lot more information. It's easier to read. I feel like it's more clear versus having a regular analog, because on those you get a small screen on the Toyota, so it doesn't make it user friendly. So let's talk about capacity. So this truck does have a front gross ax weight rating at 3,525 pounds. The rear is going to be 4,150 pounds. All in GVWR is going to be 7,050. And all in, this truck has 1,735 pounds of payload. That is amazing. This has the most of the Chevy and the Toyota. So, hey, if you do want to tow a nice size travel trailer, things like that, you're going to have the most capacity with this truck. And that's in part to the aluminum construction of this truck. Another thing I love about the digital cluster is you get the RPMs in digital too. I love that. I wish I can go a little bit faster. You're running about, what is that? About 1600 RPMs at 68 miles an hour. Let's see if I can get around this truck. This truck is maybe going a little slower than I would like. Let's see if we can get up about 75 miles an hour. So at 74, it ticks up to about 1700 RPMs. Look at the gas miles too, by the way. We're not quite at the exit yet. We got like a couple more miles to go, give or take, maybe 3 miles. Let's see if I can get a little faster, because I was doing about 80 miles an hour with the other truck. So, all right, now we're at 79. That's not bad. 1800 RPMs, guys. Not bad at all. The noise inside the cabin is about the same as the Tundra. The Yokohama tires on that truck were okay. They're great on this one. I like the Hankooks. They are great. This truck feels faster than both of them too, by the way. Like, I don't have to give it any effort. I know the power's there. Like, it's like waiting for me. It's like, give it to me right now. Push the throttle. I'm not kidding. It's really saying that to me. Oh yeah, that power. Woo-hoo, it is there. It's like waiting for it. It's like it's building boost right now. It's like holding it. It's like, and whenever you're ready, you can hit it. But I'm not gonna do it right now because that'll mess up our fuel economy. Now this one doesn't seem to be getting as good as the other two did on this road. But like I said, once we coast down, that's when I'll know for sure. And I'm going at a lower speed because the traffic is a lot more right now. So I hope I have a chance to put the Tundra against the Ram 1500. But so far, guys, so good. This truck is really easy to drive. And I think it's actually one of my favorites so far. I can feel the power. I cannot wait to do an acceleration test because it's like instant power, instant. Now, really quickly, I just want you to know that this twin turbo V6 came out before the Toyota Tundra, right? So now that you know that, this thing has 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 10-speed transmission, and I believe this has a 373 rear axle, so that will affect it a little bit for fuel economy. The Toyota Tundra has a 331, and the Chevy's has a 323. But my point for saying that this twin turbo V6 came out first, this Toyota Tundra has 389 horsepower, I believe, and 479 pound-feet of torque. So despite it having more time to develop and try to have a little bit more power than the Ford, it does lack in comparison. However, all is not lost because you can get a iForce Max, which is the hybrid, which gives you 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. Although Ford does have a hybrid system for their truck too. Alrighty, so the fuel economy is going to get affected a little bit here. I'm hitting traffic, unfortunately. I did not hit traffic on any of the other 2 trips. So we have to take that into account. Now, what I'll do is I'll come back and retest this truck. But for now, I still want to use this because what I can do is I can offset it with some of the lights here on this trip. So if I do get stopped at any lights, maybe I'll make sure the stop start function does come on. Actually, I don't think this truck has stop start. Does it? I mean, you would think it would, but I don't think it does. But here's what I'll do. I'll turn on the eco mode too. How about that? I'll do that as well because this does have different driving modes. Now, as far as the interior goes, let's face it, I think that Ford's going to win this because by default, Ford was kind of one of the first pickups to really adopt a luxury pickup. Anyone ever heard of the Lincoln pickup truck that they used to own? I don't remember the name of it, but check this out. I work in my car quite a bit, and this alone would get me to buy a Ford. Love that they do this. And 12-inch screen here. They also call this a 12-inch screen, but check this out, guys. All touchscreen as you would expect. And quite honestly, this system has gotten a lot better over time. And one thing I love about larger screens is you can do split screens. Sometimes when you're driving, it's cumbersome to have to go between screens to find things. So you can do navigation over there, you can do audio over here. You also have your time, temperature, everything's laid out correctly. That's why I like the larger screens. Also, this having a digital screen is a lot easier to like read and use. And I'm going to show that to you on the Toyota here in a second. Now, I was going to get in here and say that I don't believe that this is a 14-inch screen because the one in the Ford looks big. But now that I'm back in the truck, like, holy smokes, this is a big screen. This is a big screen. And here's what I was talking about. So having the analog cluster is super nice and the readout is easy. But the screen is where this truck lacks. Like, this is a lot of information. And before you drive this truck, you better know how to use this because you're going to crash because it's just too much going on here. It's not bad, but it's not what I would want. But it shows you a good amount of information here that you would like for your trailer. So I'm going so fast. I don't know why I'm going so fast. I think I'm just tired. But yeah, it shows you your pitch and roll, trip information, and back to your tire pressure. And then you can turn off some of your stuff like your lane systems and pre-collisions, blind spot monitoring, all that good stuff. And then back over to your eco. It's very quick to respond. And as far as this screen goes, like I said, this is good. I mean, I already have my phone connected to it, but everything is nice. I'm in the Toyota screen. What you do is basically you go in this way and you click Toyota and it takes you back to their system. And then here's your audio, your phone. Now, I don't know, can you do a split screen? Let's see if you can. I don't think you can you? Huh, that'd be interesting if you can. I'm pretty sure there's a way you could. But yeah, that's always a good thing to have this split screen. I don't see a home button on here, but if you are on the Apple CarPlay, you can definitely do a split screen if you'd like. We're at the midpoint. We only lost about 0.2 MPG, but then you have to consider too, we were still moving at a consistent speed. So overall, this is still a good test. We're at 19.4. So with the other two, we were like above 20 miles to the gallon. So I'll redo the test. Like I said, I will probably not place this one on my spreadsheet because I'm going to make a spreadsheet to show you guys all the numbers here. But I really do like this truck. I think this is my favorite so far. I have it in the eco mode too, so maybe that'll help a little bit. Are you guys ready to see some acceleration? Here we go. Actually, hold on. Let me back off this about a little bit. About 65 is good. Yeah, this truck is, it's insanity. It is super fast. The Toyota Tundra here on the right does have the longer bed. It's a 6.5-foot bed. And I personally like this versus a shorter bed, because you're gonna be doing more hauling than anything. I mean, these trucks aren't really set up to tow, although Ford would beg to differ. They probably would slap me for saying that. But nevertheless, check this out. Assisted tailgate. And this one doesn't have it, but you do have a really big onboard power available for this truck. So you can power your camp station, your workstation, things like that. Of course, you can get that spray and bed liner from the factory. And then this one does have the camera out back too, with the LED light for your conventional hitch. Class 4 receiving hitch. And then this one has those parking sensors for you too. LED tail lights. And everything in here is gonna be LED. And your blind spot is typically gonna be built into that tail light as well. The only thing I'll say about the Ford, the brakes are touchy. Whether you get an HD or this half ton, they're all touchy. And maybe it's something you have to get used to, because I feel like in the Ford F350 that I tested, it had touchy brakes too. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know why I like this truck as much as the other two. It's just a better pickup. And that's hard to say because it's a Ford. I'm not a huge Ford fan. I like Ford, it's not a huge fan of Ford. But this truck is definitely more comfortable. The seats are softer, which is kind of hit or miss for me. I actually like a little bit stiffer seat. And I feel like this one is definitely softer. And the cab, I feel like the Toyota's cab felt the biggest. And it could just be in my head, but this one has the best design out of the two. It has a black roof, and the Chevys also had the same thing. Now, oh, this one doesn't have the panoramic sunroof. I knew there was something missing on this build, but it's not a big deal. We're at 18.6 MPG, so this one definitely gets the worst gas miles so far. Even with the little bit of traffic, it shouldn't have really affected it. It was only about 0.2 difference in the fuel economy that it went down. So we'll still redo it, but I like the fact that it tells you what gear you're in. It's like even when you like hit it, it'll drop down. It just dropped down to 6th gear. Like I didn't really accelerate. I just tapped the gas and it dropped it down. So the transmission, super responsive. I don't remember the Toyotas. The Toyotas didn't really leave a mark with me. I feel like the Chevys, actually these have the same transmissions. The Chevys and this are the exact same transmission actually. So I don't really have to talk about the Chevys. But I do like this truck though. I don't know why. I'm really liking this. I did order a F350, so I'm actually looking forward to getting it now, if I ever get it. Come on, Ford, can you beat the Chevy? Can you beat the Chevy? Come on, you can do it. I believe it runs about 1,800 RPMs up to about 78 miles an hour. I can't get any speed though, guys. But the gas miles so far is not bad, 19.4. And I want to remind you guys too, I was going at a lower speed than the other two earlier today. I was doing about 80 consistently on the trips. So with that being said, I guess this is kind of the same. Kind of. As far as the sound, this one sounds about the same as the Tundras did. I don't care for the sound of the V6. I just don't. And I think they use some type of little noisemaker too. That's the only thing bad about V6 twin turbos. Like they do sound good when you add like some intakes to them, maybe some exhausts, maybe some downpipes, maybe like some high flows. But like I said, I don't think they sound that great. Even with that being said, they sound good on a car, but this ain't a car. But we just stopped. I'm at 20. I just crossed over to 20 MPG. So it potentially could beat the Chevy Silverado, but I'm not back yet. I got stopped at a light here. I got stopped. So I think that this is going to come in 3rd place compared to the Toyota and the Chevy. And I don't think that this truck has a stop start either. I don't think it does, because I don't even see the button for it. It would be up there, I would think. But yeah, not a big deal. It just dropped back down to 19.9, so it's definitely going to get really close. If it can stay here, it'll match the Chevy Silverado, but it won't beat the Toyota. It has to step above that 20 MPG mark. Alrighty, so we're pulling back into the dealership. Ford did pretty darn good, all things considered, but it fell short. It did fall short. It did fall short. So 19.6 MPG. 17.4 miles driven is about the same as the other two. Although Ford did not win the MPG run, the truck did really good overall. I think that the ride was great, and the interior definitely is very comfortable. The seats are soft if you like that. And I think it's a great performing pickup. It's fun to drive, it's fast. I know it would outrun that Toyota over there, and you don't really have to think about it. It has more horsepower and torque, so sure, it is faster. But be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope it was helpful. Special shout out again to Larry H. Miller, the Super Ford store here in Salt Lake City. If you are in the market for a truck, SUV, or whatever, they have used cars here. Be sure to look these guys up. Let them know you saw the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.